Hi.
So.
1 second. My name is Bevan.
Does anyone eat coffee? We'll do 6 minutes. I'll give you 1 minute more.
Yeah.
Take a minute to set up.
Yeah. How are you guys doing today? Can I have everyone attention? Are you guys listening?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Okay.
Okay.
You got set up. And then you got our attention.
All right. Well, while you guys are taking your breaks, I'll just hand out some Hashtiv swag.
I want purple.
You want
Favorite
purple?
color. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you. No, you cannot. And we didn't bring no. Yeah, I didn't bring enough. All right. All right. Are we ready? All right. Time's limited, so Hashtiv is actually really big. Can you turn the light? Yeah. So Hashtiv is a new social media platform. As we know, Snap is currently dying hard. And Facebook has 2 billion users, and Twitter and Snap only has 300 million users. And you ask yourself why they only have 300 million users? It's because they don't have the product. So Facebook has groups, events, business page, organization page, and fan page. And the other platforms do not have that. I don't know why they don't have it, because it's very difficult to build and establish and network and set up. So Hashtiv is a social media platform that empowers the user. So it's same thing as Facebook, but what we have done, we've combined all the platforms and simplified it to make it one. So this is Hashtiv. We're gonna run a short 30-second promo spot video for you. By the way, this is my CTO. This is my CTO. This is Nia Mason, and this is one of my investors, Rocco. So we're all here today. Let's run it back to the top. So Hashtiv stands for Hash the Individual Voice. So we're totally set up. We're going to log in to the platform, and I can demo it and show you how it actually works. We launched about 4 days ago, and as of today, we're in 21 different countries around the world. That's how fast it is. We don't need any borders. We don't need any licenses to cross into any countries. This is how tech works. So we have no borders. So we're in 21 different countries around the world in 4 days. We've had server issues twice already in 4 days. So this is the site. So this is the desktop version. The desktop version is really good, but the mobile version is hot. So this is basically the main feed, and these are all the people that are signing up, by the minute. So scroll up to the top. So we have control icons, so it's very simplified. So we have the home, messaging, groups and events, analytic function, photo archive, notifications, which is your daily log, and also what's different from us, we have a multicolor system. So we have 4 colors that you can choose from. You can choose purple, green, pink, blue, whatever color you choose that suits you. So unlike Facebook and the other one-dimensional platforms, they only have 1 color. So we want to give you a little bit more than what we have. So another product that we have is something called My Trends. So this is your My Trends. So it allows you to plug in all the stuff that interests you. So say for instance, you want your news from 1 million cup, right? So you'll save 1 million cup, and every time you click on 1 million cup, it'll basically show you all the news and information. We'll click on like trailers, or CNN, or Bloomberg, or anything like that, and it will give you all the news and information on that. On top of that, we have something that we have developed called a source link. Because there's so many fake news around right now, we got the source link. So what we'll do is we'll verify websites like CNN, media, any type of website. So we'll verify it on our end, verify businesses as well, and when you click on the source link, it takes you directly to the news and information. So you know that you're fact-checking everything that you're reading right off the top. Facebook is spending billions and billions of dollars just to combat fake news. So we've already implemented something to combat that right away. Everything that we have done is patented, copyrighted, trademarked. Security for the site is done by Symantec, the best security company in the world we have to protect our site. We have algorithms running in the background, everything possible. We spend no expense when it comes to security, thanks to my investor Rocco, who I appreciate very much. He's believing us. So whatever you put in your My Trends shows up in your trending videos. So
If there's a video for
if there's a video for it. You have a question?
No.
That's 1 minute? Okay, so that's really quick. So we got groups and events, so you can go in groups and events.
blocking hashtags.
So yeah, on top of that, you can put what you want in, and then you can block what you don't want. If you don't want to see something in your feed, you don't have to block a friend. You can just block, say the word water, and it'll basically block everything that's posted with water. Groups and events is one of the things that we're talking about, where you can scroll. Unlike Facebook, where you got like a bunch of text, we actually have the physical cover in the background of it. And we already have, what do we have here? Right? So, you click on the source link, and it takes you directly to their page. So you can put in your shop. So if you're doing business, you're doing shopping, whatever it takes like that, you can put in a link directly to, go to Melanie's profile. And then you can scroll down to the bottom, click on the source link, and it'll actually take you to the shop, so you can actually purchase stuff. So all of our metadata and all that stuff like that is actually gathered by that. This is only 50% of our site. The other 50% is coming June of 2018, which is our business and organization section, which we're going to dramatically change the way small business is marketed and how they spend their money to that. We're going to change that completely. I can't take any questions in that. That's all secret. So that's just the way it is. Am I missing anything, Naya? So you can friends or follow, photo archive, daily log. Daily log. Your daily log will show you everyone who has commented, who has friend request, every single thing possible.
One of the really important things that we're focused on too is we're going to have a section, we're going to be allowing the user to basically be able to see their impact very easily. Everything they've done, how many people have seen their posts, all that kind of stuff, because more and more every day now, people are doing businesses on social media from home. So they'll be able to track that stuff, and businesses too.
Okay. So my question is for you, it's very difficult to do everything you've done in 6 minutes, but this is, give me a elevator pitch on what your business is about. What's this site about? Boil it down to what
Are you replacing Facebook?
No,
is it?
Don't need that anymore?
no, we're not replacing Facebook.
You can't replace Facebook.
But
yes, it's a social media platform, but it's going to give both users and businesses the ability to, we kind of simplified it, made it easier for people to expand. I mean, do you use Facebook? Do you advertise your business on Facebook?
Not my business because I work for somebody else, but
Most people
but they do.
find it very difficult. One of the things we used to do was SEO and SEM, social media marketing and stuff like that. And most of the people that come to us say, they don't understand how it works, what is it gonna cost?
Right.
We are gonna have a very simple system that's gonna be very easy for everybody to understand, very straightforward, and anybody can use it. That's one of our main upcoming features.
I got a quick thing real fast here. Our app is unlike any app that's out there. You can actually swipe across your main feature. So you swipe across, you get my trends. You swipe across, you get the other trends. And also, our app allows you to multitask. So if you're listening to a podcast or listening to an audiobook, you can actually play that in the background while you continue to browse and do everything else, all in one app. Our technology is a little greater, far higher than Facebook's and any other platform out there. That's only because we built our platform after theirs. So we have a really, really smart team. Our technology implementation is far greater than Facebook's. It only takes us 157 connections to get to the site. Facebook is 167. Our load times are faster. Just a lot of things that we've done only because that we've come after them and we've had the roadmap to make things better.
It's really hard to change once you get that big.
All right, so tell us about, oh, sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna ask one simple question.
Sure.
How are you gonna make money?
Revenue? Well,
You somewhere along the line, unless your investors done an endowment for you.
Right, well, yeah, but for the site, making money is gonna come from the businesses. They're gonna be paying to advertise, but any user can pay to advertise.
yeah.
Oh.
We have
Anyone, you'll be able to monetize your posts. That's one of the reasons why you're gonna have the metrics of your posts to see what kind of impact you're having
yeah.
across the board, across the globe, everywhere.
Yeah. Plus there's data mining, there's all that stuff that goes along with it. I mean, we do have a revenue outlook. We have a forecast as well for that, and the future looks great, especially
I know the
before they
video
launch.
was really short, but because that was the sped up version. But if you guys go to YouTube and search Hashtiv, you'll be able to look it over, see a longer, slower version, pause it, take a look. But you want to sign up so that you can really explore the site.
So why is everyone on Facebook? Because everyone's on Facebook. How do you get to that critical mass of people that attracts, hey, everybody's there, I need to be there? Because until you get there, why would I go there when I don't
Well,
know
I
anybody?
can answer that. It's like right now everybody's craving for something new. That's just what it is. Everybody wants something different. Everyone's going to try something different. It's just that you need to make your bus shiny and pretty. So when people get on your bus and be like, I want to ride this bus, you got to make sure that everything works right, looks good, feels better, and it gives them more. So we want to give the individual more, give the customer more, give the business more, and that's what we have developed.
But it can be a better platform with nobody on it, and I have no reason to be there.
I mean, we have
Well, we launched 6 days ago.
4 days ago.
4 days ago, we're at 650 users.
20,
So
21
there's
countries.
people there. People are going. I
Yeah.
mean, we just started, but that's how it works with social media. You can't predict how fast it's going to grow.
Yeah.
None of the current social media platforms that are out there that you can name off the top of your head started out planning to be exactly what they were. Instagram wasn't going to be a photo app. He started something else, it failed, he got the idea while walking on the beach to pivot to that, and it took off. You never know where it's going to go, but once it's new and different, it tends to pick up.
So I want to know about y'all. How did you guys come across this idea with birth this?
We have owned together a business since we were 14 years old. By the time we were 17 years old, we had multiple stores. We were buying sneakers and food and shoes and clothes for all of our team. So we've had businesses from the very beginning. And even when we moved here, we opened multiple game stores. We opened one at ODU on campus. We opened one at Little Creek Road. We were always into small business and growing business. We liked the industry, but it was always difficult to market. It was always difficult to sell your product or advertise something new, especially if you're a new business. Getting your idea out there, it's a struggle. So we talked about this for a long, long time, and we wanted to find a unique avenue to get into to make a product this good. So it's not just coming up with the idea, is coming up with the smart people to actually build this, the engineers. And we've built our platform in half the time Facebook took to build theirs. Just because we have really, 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 really smart people.
I mean, we come up with an idea, and me and him, you know, we come up with most of the ideas, and we tell our guy, hey, we wanted to be able to do this. His response is like, oh, that's simple, I got that, it'll be done tomorrow. Or, let me see how I can design that, it doesn't exist.
Yeah,
And he makes it happen.
excellent team.
How do you protect my information?
Symantec. Symantec is the leading security company in the world.
Okay, so Facebook, my account got hacked. Am I gonna get hacked?
I mean, anybody can get hacked.
Right.
Anybody.
Is it easier for them to take over, or have you figured out how to
Well,
protect?
that's the type of thing that
Yeah.
we pawn that off on the security company.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a separate company like Symantec
Okay.
that handles just that.
And
That's
also,
gonna be there.
and also we have a two-step verification process for password recovery.
Okay.
So our password recovery is not gonna just go in and you recover your password and that's it. No, it'll send you a code, and then you have to punch that code in, and then it'll send you a password. And then you'll have to go into your settings to change that password from that temporary password.
Okay.
So we have a two-step verification process, which is top of the line.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna compliment you on that. The biggest thing I've seen in Facebook, because I work with the clients and organizations, say one of the admins goes rogue and hijacks the entire page and kicks everybody out, Facebook will not respond to you. They do not respond to you.
That is one of our big things too. We're gonna focus on really having a good customer service team, as well as some, what's the word I'm looking for, like the community customer service, to help, you know, handle that kind of thing as we grow. Because I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, doing SEO, I've had clients that when I take them on, over the years, they've end up having 3 or 4 different Facebook pages, and no one knows who started them, who it belongs to. You can't get to them. They have old information, wrong phone numbers, all that stuff. It's a major problem, we know. But we're gonna definitely have a good customer service that, you know,
Well, at
focuses on
least
stuff
if you
like that.
send an email out saying, we're looking into it, you'll be far.
Exactly.
far
I
down
know what you
Facebook.
mean. I know what you mean. We've complained about this a lot. I think you.
Yeah, so my sister is younger than me, and the only thing I haven't seen on here, I know you mentioned Snapchat, which I don't really use, but they do not text message. They message through Snapchat because they can send photos and message all in the same app. Do you guys have a way to do that where it's a snap photo where it gets deleted through messaging? Because that's like why they use Snapchat right now.
We haven't done that yet. We've talked about doing it. I mean, I don't know if we all know the main reason for having photos disappear after you send them. We kind of know why. We're not really trying to have that kind of platform, you know? But things like encrypted messages and things that disappear after time and stuff like that, that's another layer. I mean, it's available, it's not hard to implement. It's something that we would look to implement later on when we grow. We've talked about it.
Okay.
But, I mean, your individual messaging section is already private, you know, it's for you guys.
So you guys aren't doing like Snapchat where you can do the whole story and you can snap, because you talk about replacing all of them. So are you going to replace Snapchat?
Snapchat, we don't-
pictures or no?
We don't really see ourselves as being in competition with them,
Okay.
because it's very video based, and it seems to be
Right.
more of a trend. Most people get on Snapchat. I know what you mean. My little sister is on Snapchat, but my 4 other sisters aren't, who are, I mean, within 5-6 years of her. She's the only one on Snapchat. That's the only one she uses, but no one else does, because they don't always want to be on video all the time.
Right.
They just send a regular message or
We do
something
have a
like
bio
that,
section for you to put in a bio though. So you can change your bio as many times as you want. So you can change your bio on a daily basis. If it's something similar to like stories or something else, you can change that and people can actually see that on your profile every single day.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be able to post video, pictures, whatever you want on your feed,
Right.
you know?
That's a filter. That's a filter. You hashtag the word spoiler, and it automatically gets a spoiler. and then it goes to something like this. So, you know, we you know, it's like if you're, yeah, like if you're posting
So
something
you don't
for
wanna
Game
know
of
what happened in
Thrones,
Game of Thrones last night,
and you don't want to
'cause you
see
missed
it. You know, it's like,
Yeah,
you can block
stuff
it.
like that. Also, one of the things that people are gonna be doing is, say, you know, you have your business or your video blog or whatever, you're gonna make up your own hashtag, you know, your name or your business name or whatever. Everything you post, you're gonna have that hashtag. You're gonna encourage your followers to add that to their feed, so all of your posts show up in their feed. You know, this is one of the things that are gonna have people really trying to, let's say, trend themselves, you know?
You're gonna find out, just like Facebook, the reason they don't delete old people's information and dead people is because it helps their numbers. If they actually went through their numbers, their traffic is not 2 billion people. It's probably half of that.
Yeah, we've talked about that,
That's
we've
why
talked about
the
that.
more transparent you are,
One of the things that we're gonna focus on is making sure that our numbers are accurate. We're focusing on active users.
you probably shouldn't do that.
Literally had this conversation yesterday.
Yeah, if you're going IPO, man, you'll never compete with these guys because they have so many fake users.
Well, that's the point. That's why we're gonna focus on transparency. You know, we
Yeah.
want people to know what the real deal is.
And we're not focused
You know?
on IPO. We're
Yeah,
not focused.
We're not trying to come out there and say we have 2 million when we don't really have 2
Yeah,
million.
yeah, we're not focused on IPO. I wouldn't even want to go public, to be honest with you. I would like to stay private and create private revenue so we can do what we want to do and control what we want to control. And then if we're appetizing enough to go public, then we go public. Look at Snap, for example. Forced 27 billion, and then 6 months after tanked. So, you know, it's just what it is. I don't want to go public.
Okay, so I teach entrepreneurship at Old Dominion, and my students would love, I think you have a great business, but they would want to ask a couple questions like, where are you from? Where'd you go to school?
Old
And
Dominion.
it sounds like you're not the tech person for this, so.
He's the CTO, yeah, we are the tech people.
Okay, so
we
did
code.
you write the code, or
We do some.
How did this physically happen? I see that you guys have done all these businesses, you're just entrepreneurs from day one, so give me more of that story.
We do some of it, but we're not really, our main coding person is
Alan.
and he's the main one, like, you know, he's the gifted one. He's the one that makes
Yeah.
things
But let
happen.
me guess, so you
I'm the
know-
designer.
But you know enough about coding to be in the game with that. It's
Yes.
not
Right.
like you're clueless, because I have students who, they say, oh, let's develop an app, and they've not ever been around,
No.
you know, they don't know anything.
Between the three of us, we can create anything. Anything you want a website to do, we
Right, you don't
usually
need to
come
go
up with
hire
the
more
designs.
people, you
I
got it.
come up with how it should actually work together,
Yeah.
and Alan makes it happen.
I design it, he creates the functionality, and Alan builds it.
And what was your major in?
Mechanical engineering,
Mechanical, gotcha.
yeah.
Cool.
Same thing, engineering.
Oh, got it, okay.
We both worked at
Problem
Lockheed Martin.
solving, we do problem, we figure out how to make things work.
Right, that's good to know, thank you.
So I want 2 accounts. I want my personal one, I want my business one. Can I do that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Especially right now, definitely, and as soon as we launch the business side, you'll be able to get all your followers and stuff to go over there and follow your
Migration,
business.
instant migration.
Okay.
So you wanna build up your content right now. So you wanna post, invite people, grow your base, because it's like Facebook. Whoever gets to it first wins. You know, so if you get to show your information, advertise your information in the beginning, you win. You know, most people like to follow afterwards, but they just get the scraps.
Any limitation on how many businesses I can put? So
No,
as long as I have a unique email that goes to that business. then
That's
I can-
right.
And
I
as
can
long as they're
continue.
legitimate, because that's one of the things we're gonna do too, on our business side, the businesses are gonna have reviews and things like that, that we wanna have a department that actually
verify.
checks and follows up and makes sure those businesses, just like how we have the source link, businesses verified, you know,
We're gonna call it-
unverified, things like that,
Yeah.
you know, to do
So they're
that.
gonna have to have a business email, at least a website that you can go out and check.
They're gonna have to meet certain criteria to be verified.
Now, the reason is that some people, some companies totally legit are diversified and have You know, I've got that myself. And I'm not one of the big boys, as they say. But they'll have multiple different businesses focusing on different areas, doing business at. So as long as you have an email, a website of some sort that you can check, say it's legit, not a landing page that's throwing people somewhere else kind of
Right.
thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's part of our plan.
That's an interesting, if you
Exactly
crack
part of
that
our
nut,
plan.
you're really, that's good.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say, I mean, yes, if you have 100,000 people websites, you can call them and check them. But what happens if you have like 5 million customers? And you know,
If
how
the
are you gonna
if
provide that?
If you want your site verified.
Right, our plan for this is, we're implementing it now, of course, we're doing it right now. When we get that big, we see sites coming to us to ask us to be verified. You know, if you're a major website that puts out content and stuff like that, you're gonna want us to verify you. You're gonna fill out an application to be verified.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. So you're going to grow, one hopes, and you're going to be huge. You're going to need a lot of customer service. Do you have a plan as to how you are going to find these people and hire them and make sure that they're good customer service? Because there are so many companies out there that have really cruddy customer service.
We are really big on that. Customer service is a very important thing for us. So yeah, we're gonna want to give a lot of give the opportunity to a lot of the younger kids and stuff like that need jobs, but at the same time, we're gonna make sure that they're qualified for it. What a lot of these companies like Facebook and Google do is you implement kind of a community-based customer service. So they'll handle things like someone has an issue like I've seen this feature, somebody doing this thing when they do a post, but I can't figure out how to do it. The community can jump in and answer that question really quickly. So that problem gets solved really quickly. Of course, if I can't get into my account, I'm using the information, I know it's right, it's saved in my browser, I can't get in. That's more of a red alert. That's gonna go straight to the office's customer service to handle that as quickly as possible.
One problem with the community customer support, there's people that want to put stuff out there that is not even remotely correct. So you read something, you look at the answers, you read the posted that, how are you going to filter that? That's one of the biggest problems of community customer
Another
support.
part of the way that works is not just everyone is community support.
That's right.
All right.
You go through personally and you have a system where you pick people. You pick a section, maybe like the IT department at ODU. If you're IT at ODU, we might give you community support access, right? If it's something you want to do. You have a section so that they can kind of apply for that.
So kind of background check and confirmation of knowledge, and then
yeah,
you allow
exactly. Yeah, this is how all the big companies, Microsoft, all of them. This is what they do. This is how it works. It's the easiest way. That's already been done. We're gonna try and reinvent it slightly, but
Yeah. One other thing real fast is that our groups and our group section basically it kind of works like Slack as well, if you know what Slack is. So you can actually have interdepartment groups. So you can actually label your group private. So if you label your group private, it's not going to show up in the search. So you can say accountant department, this department, that department, and you can communicate with people directly in that department. And when you set up the invite list, they can't share the information outside of that. So there's no share feature outside of that. So you can talk to different departments and know that they're actually physically reading this information. So, it's free. So you imagine you have a big department or a big company with multiple departments, and you're able to communicate with each section as a manager. And it would work that way for you as well too. So even the user section, we've put in a little bit of business minded into it to make it function for everyone. He just pulled up a section as well too that we're doing as a social media company. We're doing something with Mixcloud right now, and what it does is that you can actually put in music and a background to music. So also, if you like listen to like Pandora or something like that, you can find a station on Hashtiv, right? And you can actually play the music at the same time with the photo in the background. If you're a record label, you put the record label or the musician's cover behind there, and then you put all of his music there. So we've implemented so many things so everyone can have a great time.
And believe me, we got a ton more.
I wish we had a whole lot more time today, so I
Yeah,
have to ask the last question, what can 1 million cups do for you?
Well, we were here to show it to you guys. We hope you guys talk about it, sign up, use it, check it out. And, you know, our next stage is going to be looking for investors.
Good, well, thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here.
No, he's a coffee drink.
Oh, the coffee. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.